Started. Good morning and welcome to the Pharr International Bridge Board meeting for Wednesday, December the 18th, 2019. The time is 11:11. We'll start with a roll call.
Edgar Delgadillo,
Here.
Tony Martinez,
Present.
Larry Hernandez, Adalberto Campero, Luis Flores,
Present.
Mayor Hernandez, Mayor Pro Tem Carrillo, City Manager Alex Mead, Deputy City Manager Ed Wiley, Bridge Director Luis Basan,
Present.
Director of Operations Fred Rowan,
Present.
Finance Director Carla Saavedra, City Engineer Omar Ansandua, and Commissioner Caballero.
All right, we need a motion to excuse Mr. Hernandez.
A motion? Second.
It's Campero. Okay. We need a motion from Mr. Hernandez. We have a motion by Mr. Martinez.
Second.
Second by Mr. Flores. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation by Luis. Thank you.
Please join me.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let us pray. Bless us, Lord, this Christmas with peace that surpasses all understanding, joy that is beyond material possessions, love that knows no boundaries, and strength that emanates from faith in you. Amen.
We move to item 2, which is the consent agenda, which is the approval of the minutes for November 20th, 2019, and consideration and action, if any, on renewing Comce Noreste membership for 1490, consideration and action for 2020 National Custom Brokers and Forwarders Associations of America membership, and that's it. We need a motion.
Everything's budgeted, right, Luis, these, on the consent agendas? Perfect. A motion?
A motion by Mr. Martinez,
Second.
second by Mr. Flores. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Go to item number 3, which is the Director's Administrative Report, and we'll start with the Crossings and Revenues Report for November 2019.
Good afternoon, board members. For the record, Fred Rowan, Director of Operations at the Pharr Bridge. I'd like to present the crossings and revenues for the month of November, fiscal year 2019-2020. Page number 3, we have the southbound car crossings. For the month of November, we crossed a total of 47,401 cars, which represents a loss of 17,008 cars, which represents a decrease of 26.41%. Also like to present the car crossings, other ports of entry. We have in Brownsville, Gateway, a loss of 1,087 cars. Veterans, Los Tomates, a loss of 461 cars. Free Trade, Los Indios, an increase of 1,623 cars, which represents a total combination of 3 bridges, an increase of 75 cars only. Eagle Pass, they had a loss of 1,219 cars. Laredo Bridge, they had a loss of 26,077 cars. McAllen Hidalgo, they had a loss of 1,859 cars. And Salduas, they had an increase of 8,176 cars. A combination of both bridges, an increase of 6,217 cars. Progreso Bridge, they had a loss of 5,158 cars, which represents a decrease of 11.32%. The Donna Bridge, they had a loss of 189 cars. The Pharr Bridge, we had a loss of 17,800 cars. Also, on page number 4, we have the truck crossings. These are trucks that are traveling from the U.S. to Mexico, southbound trucks for the month of November. We crossed a total of 50,665 trucks, which represents an increase of 310 trucks. We show an increase of 0.62%. Also, like to present the truck crossings from other ports of entry. We have Brownsville, Veterans, Los Tomates, a decrease of 897 trucks, 4%. Free Trade, Los Indios, a loss of 7 trucks. A combination of both bridges, a loss of 904 trucks, 4% decrease. Eagle Pass, they had a loss of 461 trucks, 3% decrease. The Laredo Bridge, they had a loss of 3,930 trucks, 2% decrease. The Pharr Bridge, we had an increase of 310 trucks, 1% increase. The Progressive Bridge, they had an increase of 1,001 trucks, an increase of 24%. And also on Ansalduas, these are empty trucks, loss of 443 trucks, 22% loss. I'd like to mention that for the past 11 months, the Ansalduas Bridge has decrease on southbound trucks, empty trucks. And one of the reasons I'd like to add that why most of the bridges had a loss is due to the fact that for this month, we had 5 Saturdays and 4 Sundays. Compared to last year, same month, we only have 4 Saturdays and 4 Sundays. If we compare Monday to Friday, the crossings at the Pharr Bridge, we cross a total of 1,800 to 2,000 trucks on a daily basis. Compared to a Saturday, Sunday, we only cross to 300 to 500 trucks on the weekend. That's the reason why most of the bridges had a loss on the bridges. All right. On page number 5, we have the northbound. Total, these are trucks that are traveling from Mexico to the U.S. through the Pharr Bridge. We have a total of 53,066 trucks, which represents a loss of 1,212 trucks. Out of those, the agriculture trucks that cross through the Pharr Bridge, we total 14,584 trucks, which represents a total crossing of 28% of all the imports that are coming from Mexico to the U.S. Also like to mention that the agriculture trucks at the Pharr International Bridge show an increase of 154 trucks or 1% over last year, same month. Page number 6, we have the revenues. Total revenue collected for the month of November, we collected a total of $1,246,201, which represents an increase of $16,884 or 1.37%. Overall, the revenues for the month of October, November, we have collected a total of $2,520,864, which represents an increase of $73,473. Board members, Deputy City Manager, this concludes my report on the crossings of revenues. If you have any questions, if not, thank you very much.
No, thank you, Fred. Go to item B on the Director's Administrative Report, which is the Finance Report for 2019.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, Luis Bazan, Bridge Director for the record. We do have Carla Saavedra, Finance Director for the city. In case there are any questions, this is our second month in the fiscal year, the new fiscal year, so things are tracking well. I'm not sure if Carla wants to share any further news on that.
Okay. Do we have any questions? No? Good. Okay. We'll go to item C, which is the Engineer's Report.
Sure, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, city administrators, we do have Omar Anzaldúa, city engineer. In case there are any particular questions, we are moving ahead with the construction of the office expansion at the bridge. We've actually been coordinating. The roof is there. The steel got figured out. Omar will talk about the more specific details, but we've been also coordinating with IT to ensure that the cabling and the wire is in place and that it's all bundled up the way it's supposed to be bundled up. Omar, I don't know if there's any specifics on the engineer side.
No, just to add that we are also looking at renovating some of the existing ductwork that was in the existing building. Once they expose that ceiling, some of that existing HVAC was not in good shape, so we're getting with the consultants, the architects, to look at how that needs to be revamped, and then also looking at the generator. We're looking at sizing that generator with the consultants, the MEPs, and see what kind of size of generator we need to replace the existing generator. So we're talking to the architects and their consultants, the mechanical, electrical engineer to look at the sizing of that generator. And as far as still kind of tracking for February for the completion of the actual building for that.
Yeah, we finally did also start breaking down the walls now that the roof is in place to open up that conference room that we've been talking about and to get rid of that glass so to allow us entry into that new hallway that we're going to have. And again, this is an additional 3,000 square feet. We're going to have 5 additional offices, all the latest and the greatest as far as technology is concerned. And you know, the big conference room, that's a big plus for us. It's a big win for us. We've been waiting for something like that for a long time for our meetings and some of the smaller venue type events. Other than that, we are going to out for rebids in January or our DAT 15 projects. As you know, the DAT 15s are the DAT 15 projects are the commercial entry lanes and commercial exit lanes. We had a press conference about this last week where we made the announcement, so we're hoping to start construction sometime before summer of 2020 on these two projects. 5 years in the making, 5 years in the planning stages.
Do you have any questions?
No.
We'll go ahead and go to item D, which is a director's report.
Sure, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, city administrators. As far as the director's report, I wanted to bring up a couple of folks that have been obviously instrumental in the growth of this bridge. As you know, we did celebrate our 25 years this year. November was the actual month where we turned 25. So relatively, for a relative young bridge, we've come a long way. And that was one of the reasons why also we wanted to celebrate the end of the year, as we've normally been doing for the past 3 years, with a party, with a social gathering for all our customers, but also more importantly for those folks the stakeholders, the transportation agencies, committees, the agentes aduanales or the customs brokers on both sides of the border, to ensure that we continue moving forward. Obviously, these are the voices that we listen to when it comes to making changes, when it comes to applying certain changes that are required in order to continue moving trade forward. So at this time, I wanted to recognize, first and foremost, we do have our Mid-Valley Customs Brokers Association here. In representation, the new chairman or the new president for the Mid-Valley Customs Brokers Association is Adrian Gonzalez. Some of you might be familiar with him. Very knowledgeable guy, very smart, knows the trade, knows what's coming with USMCA. But in his representation, we do have Esmeralda Villegas and Philip Garcia from the Mid-Valley Customs Brokers Association. Would you care to say a few words?
Good morning. On behalf of our President Adrian Gonzalez and the MVCBA Board, I want to thank Director Luis Bazan, the Pharr Bridge Board, for the invitation to attend this meeting. My name is Esmeralda Villegas. I'm the new Secretary of the Mid-Valley Customs Broker Association. Our new 2020-2021 board is Antonio Rivera, Vice President of Maquila Industry, Armando Flores, Vice President of Produce Industry, Rico Rosser, Treasurer, and as I mentioned, Adrian Gonzalez as President. The Pharr International Bridge has always been a close ally of U.S. Customs brokers, and we look forward to continue working with the Pharr Bridge Board in advancing trade and making this region even more competitive than it already is. Please continue to support the MVCBA as we will also continue to support the Pharr International Bridge. Please reach out to us if you need anything, and thank you again for the invitation.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, my name is Felipe Garcia. Philip Garcia, I'm a customs broker, and I just want to reiterate that we really appreciate the Pharr Bridge Board, all the help they give us in working together with the Brokers Association. Recently, we did a seminar at the DRC Center, and it was very successful. Also, I want to thank CBP for all the meetings that we have monthly, and working together with the Pharr Bridge Board has helped us coordinate and do everything in a much better way and facilitate trade for everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Felipe.
Thank you very much. Now, for the Mexico side, we do have our Asociación de Agentes Aduanales de Reynosa. In representation, we have our new incoming president, Juan Abiel Barrera. Also, we have our outgoing president, Mr. Cipriano Garza, and our director, Jesus Barrera. At this time, I'd like to call Juan Abiel Barrera to say a few words as well. Yes.
Muy buenos días. Muy buenos días a todos. Pues ahorita yo estoy como presidente de la Asociación de Agentes Aduanales de Reynosa, y nuestra directiva, nuestro primer vicepresidente está Oscar Treviño, como secretario está José Luis García, como tesorero está el licenciado Enrique Lastra, y bueno, ahorita dejó el puesto como presidente Cipriano Garza. Y bueno, pues primero tenemos que presentarnos aquí ante ustedes y también pues darle las gracias y el agradecimiento al puente de Pharr y a la ciudad de Pharr por el apoyo que hemos recibido, y también pues queremos hacer un reconocimiento entregarles un reconocimiento a los del puente de Pharr, en la cual dice lo siguiente: Asociación de Agentes Anuales de Reynosa otorga el presente reconocimiento al Puente Internacional de Pharr, y agradecemos a los directivos del Puente Internacional, Mayor Ambrosio Hernández, Luis Bazán, Enrique Fred Brauen, director de operaciones, y Ezequiel Ordóñez, enlace con gobiernos, por su valioso y gran apoyo a esta Asociación de Agentes Aduanales de Reynosa durante el periodo 2019 para la fluidez de operaciones de comercio exterior entre México y los Estados Unidos. Este es por el 25 aniversario que celebraron hace unos días. Y bueno, pues fue cuando se inició el Tratado de Libre Comercio, fue que también cuando nació el puente, y bueno, pues ahí tenemos las situaciones. Queremos entregarlo.
Muchas gracias.
No, gracias por el apoyo, y también, bueno, quiero agradecer también el apoyo a CBP, que hemos recibido, la verdad, pues mucho apoyo en cuanto a horario, a las nuevas aperturas que hemos tenido en el puente, que la verdad nos hace más fácil el comercio exterior. También, pues agradecimiento también a la policía de aquí de la ciudad, que la verdad, sin el apoyo de ellos, pues no tendríamos la fluidez que tenemos ahorita con las construcciones y con todo lo que se está haciendo, que pues yo sé que es un esfuerzo tremendo lo que hacen, cambiar la forma de concreto, o sea, de asfalto a concreto, y eso, bueno, pues gracias por el apoyo. Pues es todo. Gracias.
Muchas gracias, señor.
Gracias.
Muchas gracias, Juan Abiel. Y de nuevo, pues esto, digo, no lo hacemos solos, siempre lo hemos dicho, ¿no? En el puente, nuestro trabajo, ahí queda, pues, con nosotros los directivos, la mesa directiva que nos apoya, nuestros líderes, el alcalde, nuestros regidores, pero más que nada, los que nos apoyan y los que nos dan, ¿cómo se dice?, las ideas de cómo continuar también las operaciones, los horarios, todo ese tipo de cosas que hemos visto a partir, por ejemplo, desde abril hacia ahora, pues es por parte de ellos, ¿no? Por parte de los agentes aduanales, por parte de los transportistas, por parte de los, más que nada, de los usuarios del puente. Así que de nuevo, muchas gracias a todos por todo lo que hacen por nosotros, y pues vamos adelante para un mejor 2020, ¿eh? Muchísimas gracias.
Muchas gracias. Yo también les quisiera agradecer en nombre de la Cámara del Puente o la Comité del Puente, que yo sé que cada que ustedes salen a vender sus servicios, su negocio en el interior del país o en Estados Unidos, yo sé que a la vez están vendiendo sus servicios por el puente de Pharr, y es algo que hacen simultáneamente con vender los servicios de su negocio, y la verdad se los agradecemos. Tratamos de, en la mesa directiva y el cabildo, de hacer lo posible por dar las facilidades y apoyar en lo más que se pueda para que ese flujo de carga pues sea lo más breve posible. Y la verdad, sabemos que es un esfuerzo vender, especialmente con el gigante que tenemos aquí cerca, que es la ciudad de Laredo, pero la verdad hemos estado haciendo grandes avances y se los agradecemos de corazón. Muchas gracias. Y pues lo de la construcción, como le dicen por acá, no son los growing pains, ¿verdad?, los achaques del crecimiento o de la edad con nuestros 25 años, pero la verdad esto lo hacemos con bien de mejorar el flujo del tráfico. Muchas gracias.
Y pues hablando de construcción, sabemos que, como le decíamos, vamos a empezar construcción adentro del puerto próximamente, y más adelante lo que venga. Entonces, de nuevo, muchas gracias a todos. That being said, we're talking about 25th year anniversary, we're talking about our support, we're talking about everything that we've done up to this day in a relatively short time period, and our successes. So we were able to celebrate this. I want to thank especially Edgar Delgadillo and Tony Martinez for coming forth as sponsors for this event. On Friday, we had our holiday social for our customers. Thank you for the cabritos. I know they took a little bit longer than we expected, but they came out real nice, and at the end of the day, everybody had a good time. So just wanted to show some pictures of the folks that were here. We also had Diputado Federal Certuche, Armando Certuche, who was actually here during the inauguration for 25 years ago. So he made his way down from Mexico, his way up from Mexico, and he was here. He also gave some words of encouragement going forward in 2020. Obviously, the mayor, he was also there, and when he got there also, he gave his speech. I don't know who that guy is. Fred, Fred, 25 years along with the bridge, so we celebrated his 25 years of service. Thank you again, Fred. I know he got a nice little present, an idea that Vanessa had been, thinking about, so we were able to do that for him that night. So again, Fred, we appreciate everything you've done in the last 25 years. He wants to retire every year. He says he wants to retire, so we'll see what happens. Again, just some pictures. Obviously, our commissioners were there as well. So thank you for joining us, and also in representation of the city, and giving some words to our crowd. We had about 150, almost 200 people. So yeah, me quedé corto. We had a big event. This was the biggest one yet. We gave away a lot of nice prizes. I think we even gave away a TV at the end. That's our cake for our 25th anniversary. As you can see on the cake, you'll see our major import products and our major export products. Had a nice show. We hired a good band that had a nice array of different music styles, and everybody had a wonderful time. So again, just wanted to reiterate our sincere thanks to everyone that participated. Going forward, obviously, we have a lot of work ahead of us, but we know with the right leadership here that we currently have, and the right mindset, we'll continue pushing forward to make 2020 the best year. Other than that, as far as the director's report, we do have a couple of, we do have a financial presentation, short financial presentation, and also wanted to give you an update on what's going on with the second span in Mexico. So for that, we would like to.
You want to do the executive after the financial? You want both of them? Okay. Well, before we go to executive, I just want to make a comment. I want to congratulate Fred for his 25 years. Personally, and in behalf of the board, Fred, when I started, I was fresh to this, and you've helped me with a lot of things that I didn't understand and I didn't know, and I'm grateful for that. And I can truly say that I'm not the only one, that have you done this for many of the people that have been involved in the bridge for so many years on this side of the border and on the Mexico side, and we thank you for it. You're one of the last pillars that we have, on this bridge, but we're hoping we can just give you a little freshen up and you can stay here for a few more years. We appreciate you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Yeah. So in accordance with Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code, Section 551.0712.087, the Pharr International Board hereby gives notice that it will now meet in a closed executive session to discuss the items listed in the public portion of the meeting of the agenda. The time is 11:34. Thank you, everyone. The time is 12:34. I'm sorry, 12:14. And we need a motion, unless you have anything?
No, sir.
No,
We've
okay,
completed our
we have finished, we need a motion to adjourn.
A motion?
A motion by Mr. Martinez. Second by Mr. Flores. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you very much.
Thank you all very much. Merry Christmas to you and your respective families, and best wishes for the new year. Thank you.
Thank you.